to you from Pretoria, South Africa. This is AMTV and this is our first bulletin for the year 2023. We have just seen the year 2022 come to an end. Some of the strangest and shocking episodes and events took place in the year 2022. We saw a mentally ill man who entered a church and dealt physically with the presiding priest and made away with his Bible.
Without hesitation, the madman, identified as Kelvin Otieno, gave the priest a knock on his head before leaving with his Bible. The madman reportedly shouted unprintable words as he left the church auditorium and challenged. The question on the lips of most social media users was, where was security?
Strange indeed. We also saw the Kenyan pastor who either slaps or suspends a member of her church for coming to church late or skipping her services.
She is a well-known disciplinarian in Kenya. She has absolutely no patience for latecomers to her services, and she is ever ready to deliver a hot slap when a congregant is late or fines them an amount of money. Leader of the Jerusalem Church of Christ, Prophetess Mary Àttàcks, not only enforces the latecomers rule, but also has zero tolerance for indecency and immorality in her church. Both men and women were spotted accessing the church through different entrances in fear of being at the mercy of the self-proclaimed prophetess. If any congregant was found wanting, it's either they pay a fine, kneel outside the church, or in worst-case scenarios, excommunicate them.
Another resurrection episode went wrong in 2022, and it was not an acceptable sight for the locals. The police had to intervene in the incident.
Ethiopian self-proclaimed prophet Getoyokal Ayele convinced family members of a deceased young man to dig up the body. The preacher attempted to recreate Jesus, bringing back Lazarus to life. Just like Jesus called out Lazarus' name, Ayele was also heard similarly calling out the name of the... But nothing happened.
Banai! Kai Banai! Banai! Kai Banai! Banai kai maka gosta Yesus kai! Banai kai! Mana jual ni? Mana patah? Banai! Banai!
When the preacher failed to resurrect the deceased, some family members collapsed on the scene, whilst others, as they were livid over what had happened. The BBC reports that police arrived at the scene and arrested the prophet and saving him from the angry mob. The self-proclaimed prophet has been placed in custody as abusing bodies is a crime under Ethiopian law.
Another strange occurrence took place in 2022 when Andrew Ejimadu, also known as Sia One, said Africa was saddled and bedeviled with problems, that the only solution for Africans was to abstain from intimacy for 1 year and seek God. To him, this is the only way God can pardon Africans and restore Africa. Interesting. The past year also saw a pastor going to church in a helicopter to show off that his congregants are not poor. Attending the service in Chitungwiza, Prophet Owen explained that he was using the helicopter to challenge the misconception that most members of the ministry were struggling financially. He said using the chopper to commute to church is to prove detractors wrong and to show that they are rather blessed.
kuuya nayo ndio yatinokanda kuya kuzonamatisa zvakangofanana nemunhu anouya kuchechi nebhasikoro anouya nemota saka inyaya yekuti kana zviripo chete tinouya nemahelikopta chechi yedu takaropafadzwa mazviri saka tinofanira kudzoka nazvo kuchechi vanhu vachizviona kuti mwari wedu akatiropafadza mwari wedu uyu anoramba achitiropafadza saka ticharamba tichimunamata.
A Kenyan woman in 2022 said she was ready to use her backside to win souls for God.
This popular Kenyan gospel artist says she is going to spend a lot of money on cosmetic surgery to increase the size of her backside in order to attract men who she will bring to Christ. Justina Siukau, who recently came out saying she needed a man who could satisfy her in bed, said the cosmetic surgery will be a benefit to her gospel service since she will draw numerous men and lead them to Christ. Consequently, she is willing to spend no matter how much it costs for liposuction surgery to achieve a flat stomach.
Wow, that's strange indeed. And finally, a radical pastor chased out his entire congregation because their dressing was not in conformity to what he had implemented. The presiding priest of the St. Monica Catholic Church in Kitengela, Kenya, has outlined a new dress code for congregants because according to him, the house of God must be seen as such and not as a marketplace. So they thought it was a joke when he read out what is called the riot act to worshippers. Reality then sank in during this past weekend when the no-nonsense preacher sent almost an entire congregation away from the church due to inappropriate dressing. A banner has been pinned on the wall conspicuously noticeable to all worshippers advising on the type of clothes banned during Sunday services. The youth are reportedly grappling to adjust to the harsh reality on the ground. Women are not allowed in church with mini skirts, slitted skirts or dresses, transparent attires, cleavage clothes or tight garment. Oh, and stiletto shoes are not welcome. According to Father Ongaka, women dresses and skirts should be below the knees and not have long slits. Football jerseys and sports attires are also not allowed, reads a part of the banner. The banner also has several verses from the Bible inscribed in bright colors for everyone to see and read. For the men, no ragged jeans, shorts, sweatpants, sleeveless t-shirts showing bulging biceps are not allowed. Very interesting. We wish you all a happy 2023 and may the good Lord be with us all.